Hey, what's up, guys? Captain Zach here. Well, I am back at it again. Here I am in the Erie, Pennsylvania Steelhead streams. So I'm back in this area for the holidays, and I figured I'd sneak in a few fishing sessions. So it's late December at this point. What a difference a day makes. I was out here in the stream just yesterday, and it was just sort of perfect flow, good visibility, but not too low and clear. And then today, it is really high, a bit muddy, and it's just racing. So we got some rain overnight, so the stream actually came up almost a foot. And so what I'm doing is I'm working some chartreuse egg sacs on my center pin gear. That's going to be my first plan. And if I don't get any strikes there, I'm going to go to a jig, like a white jig, something with good visibility with a piece of like power worm on it, something that'll really kind of have good visibility and flutter so that these fish can see it. The visibility of the water is not too great right now, so gonna need something that's pretty bright and in their face to trigger a bite. And just to give you a sense what I'm running here today, this is a chartreuse egg sac, number 12 Diachi hook, and then I've got sort of a shot pattern, so you can see some smaller shot at the bottom, heavier shot as you get up the line, and that tapers up to a 5-gram balsa wood slip float. Yeah, these high and muddy conditions can be kind of a double-edged sword at times. So obviously it's a little trickier to fish. I mean, with the water ripping, and you have to really put it right in front of them to trigger a strike. Kind of spreads the fish out too, so they're not as concentrated in the holes. So those are all to the negative, but the one big positive is it actually moves new fish into the stream. So sometimes, well, oftentimes when there's a rain and you get more flow, that'll bring fresh fish in from the lake. And so I'm not fishing too far from the mouth, so those fish can work their way up here. And when there's this much water, this much flow, they can really shoot up the stream. So that has me excited, because maybe we'll have a few fresh fish in here. And sometimes those fresh fish are just eager to bite anything. So hopefully it'll be eager to bite my my egg sac on one of these casts here. Oh, fish on. Nice. Oh yeah. Well, there you go. The chartreuse egg sac. This water is ripping. So that fish is just down in the current. See if we can work him up towards the shore a bit here. There's an overhanging tree that has me super nervous right now, because if that fish gets anywhere near the tree, that really light leader is no match for a piece of wood. Oh, no, he's going at the tree. Oh, it's tough. I can't horse him because it's a light leader. I don't want to break him off either. There we go. Okay. Come on, buddy. Come on. Water's a little higher today, so my usual landing spot is covered with water. So I'm gonna have to work them up even higher on the bank. Slow and steady. No need to rush this one. If I can keep him out of the main current, that would be ideal. But obviously, the fish might have other plans. Come on. So close, yet so far. Feels like a pretty good fish. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Let's see if we can take care of business here. Oh, and there's a stick on it as well. That's not helping. Okay. Whew. Well, that was a little sportier than it needed to be. Oh, nice fish. Wow. Check that out. That chartreuse egg sac right in the corner of the mouth. Awesome fish. Oh, that's fantastic. That was a nice fish. And you know, it's always great to get one on the board, but I would say it's even just a little bit sweeter when the conditions are really tough like this. You know what? Landing that fish turned into a little bit of a fire drill at the end. So I don't know if this will do it justice, but you can kind of see the currents ripping this way. You know, so I hooked that fish. It's light leader. So I was able to kind of work it out of that deep, heavy current. I was able to dodge the tree because that for sure would have snapped that leader. And then I was just working it up. I was gonna beach it here where I've beached, you know, dozens of fish before. And this fish was about maybe a foot or two from shore. So we're talking like 1 or 2 flops and the fish should have just been right on shore. And then suddenly it caught a current. It was like a reverse current and it was going the other way. So basically this fish drifted like 15 or 20 feet upstream. So I had to just like fight it back right at the last minute there, which was really nervous because it made me nervous because that hook was just in the corner of its mouth and I could just, it was flopping, rolling. And luckily it all worked out in the end though. I was able to work him back and muscle him up onto shore and put a fish on the board. Oh, I was fortunate to get that fish in. You know, that was an extremely close call. I had very light leader on there, you know, and with the conditions like they are, the water's just ripping. So between that heavy current, the tree out in the water that, you know, that fish was going towards, and then also landing it was a little bit of a circus act. And at any split second, if that leader had hit a tree on the shore, that would have broke off immediately. So what I did was I just built in a little insurance policy. I just tied on a heavier leader, which should help me basically, you know, be able to play the fish in and avoid having a leader snap off. Yeah, and on a day like today, you don't really need a super light leader. So, you know, the water clarity is only about maybe visibility 6 to call it 10 inches or so. So it's not like it's low and clear. It's not like these fish are just getting hammered with like offering after offering. The water's up, the water's moving. They're not going to be too leader shy today. And this is an 8-pound test leader now. So now I have a little bit more margin for error as I'm playing the fish in. Hopefully that'll matter soon if I hook another one. Okay, no more takers on that chartreuse egg sack. So I figured, what the heck, I'll switch it up. So I went with a little jig head. So this is 1/80th of an ounce, so very light. And then I put some power worm on there. So that's kind of a white rubber worm, just real thin. And then I tipped it with a wax worm. It's a gold colored jig head. So we'll see if that can trigger a strike for us here. Well, no luck on that jig, so I tossed another chartreuse egg sack on. The last few casts. Let's see if we can strike gold. Well, sadly, I've got to call it a day. My time is up, but you know what? It was a great outing. Got this this one nice steelhead for the smoker. That's going to be just fantastic. And anytime you can get some action on a tough condition day is always a good thing. So really, just love being in the steelhead stream here in Erie, Pennsylvania. Really good stuff.